Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah.
All right, Pensacola, good morning.
Get up now. Come on now. Get up.
You got Vernon this morning.
Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP,
Yes, sir.
Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for
Morning with
Vernon.
Vernon.
Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
Start your day with Mornings with
All right, Vernon.
on
All right, Vernon. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody.
From
Good morning. I'm going to start your
on
day.
Channel 12 and
with
listen
Vernon.
on WBQP Radio.
All righty, y'all. You got Vernon this morning. Yes, sir.
WBQP is your information station.
It's
All
time
right.
for
Good morning. Good morning, all.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, now.
Come on now.
We'll go ahead and stop you, Vernon. There we go. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? It's a great Monday morning, y'all. The January the 5th, 2026. January the 5th, 2026. Can you believe it? I haven't seen it since last year. All right, I want to say good morning to everybody. It's a great Monday morning. Yes, sir. Monday morning. We got a great show lined up for you today. I just wanted you to know that what the lineup is today. We're going to have our regular intro this morning. We're going to be greeting Miss Mamie Hickson. She don't like me call her Miss. But anyway, excuse me. Well, we're going to have the Mamie Hickson report. What actually is grammar time, okay? Grammar time with Mamie Hickson. And then we're going to talk about some national news, and we're going to talk about some local news. We'll talk about some state news, and just catch up on what some of the stuff that's going on around the world and around our community. We're going to have a Black History segment this morning, and hopefully we can motivate you to do what you need to do. We're going to talk about jobs, okay? Yes, we're going to talk about jobs, okay? Excuse me this morning. But anyway, we're going to talk about jobs, and so that we can have an opportunity to get some employment this morning, y'all. So if you're looking for a job, not only looking for a job, but if you're looking for a career, okay? If you're looking for a career, we'll be talking to Miss Clara Long this morning. And also, we're going to get our week report from Commissioner May around the 8 o'clock hour. Being around the 8:30 hour, y'all, around the 8:30 hour, we hopefully will be talking to our Commissioner May, which is going to be the MLK Grand Marshal this year. Mr. Lumen May will be speaking with him today at 8 o'clock. And at 8:30, we're going to check in with the Pensacola Police Department, okay? We're going to be checking in with the Pensacola Police Department and see what's going on in our city over the weekend. But first of all, I want you to let everybody know that WBQP TV radio is on, Morning with Vernon is on, and if you want to, for information stations, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to get everybody checked in. Easy to get WBQP, just type in just rdo.to/WBQP, rdo.to/WBQP, and get it anywhere, anytime on any of your devices, okay? Only thing you got to type in your devices is rdo.to/WBQP. You got it. You can tell any and everybody. You can actually text to them. Put them in your text. Okay, put that in your text. Okay, rdo.to/WBQP, and just send it to all your contacts, and then they will have this station, both television and radio stations, anytime they want to, and any place that they want to. Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna take a commercial break. As soon as we take the commercial break, when we get back, hopefully we'll be talking to Mamie Hickson on Grammar Time.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Vernon. Get up. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it out.
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
Some mobile companies make it hard to get a good deal. But at Cox Mobile, we know there's a better way to save. A smarter way. That's why we run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability without breaking the bank. You'll pay as low as $30 per line. It's a win-win. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile.
Navigating heart care can be challenging. Baptist makes it better with the latest treatments and innovations and the area's largest, most experienced heart team ready to create a care plan just for you. All when you need us most. Let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
And action.
Hey, Escambia. Today, we're talking trash, specifically bulk waste.
Starting July 1st, 2023, bulk waste service will be call for pickup. You can schedule a pickup by calling the ECUA Customer Service Department anytime before 2 p.m. on the day prior to your normal pickup day. Bulk pickup is still included at no additional charge.
Check out ecua.fl.gov for more information.
Know what to throw, 850.
Got projects in mind? A Pen Air home equity line gives you access to funds without the fees. Pen Air Credit Union. Join us.
It's time for mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
All right. Good morning, y'all. You got Vernon this morning. Yes, sir. Monday morning, y'all. We are in a new year. We are in a new year, y'all. Happy New Year, okay? Happy New Year. Man, 2026. Can you believe that? 2026. If you can believe that. All righty, y'all. I got, at 6:40 every morning, we have grammar time. Okay, we have grammar time with Miss Mamie Hickson. Mamie, let me see if I can find Miss Mamie here. I can see her on one screen, but I can't get her on the other one here, Miss Mamie. Let me see where you at, Miss Mamie. Good morning. Can you hear me? Yes, she can hear me, but let me see if I can find her. I'm seeing her on my Zoom stream here, but I can't see her on here. Let me see, Miss Mamie. Man, I know she don't like me call Miss May. Mamie. Hang on, Zoom. Do. May have to get out and come back in again. Let me get out and come back in with you, Miss Mamie, and see if I can find you on here. I can see you on one Zoom stream, but I'm not seeing you on the other. On my preview stream, I can see you. I'm going to disconnect and see if I can reconnect, and you can pop in. And it's saying, all right, we're not reconnect here. I'm going to join the meeting again. And you're connecting. Grant permission. That's, Miss Mamie. One of these days, I'm going to learn how to use Zoom. And when I do, I'm going to be an expert. It's asking me to grant permission, and I forget that one step every time because I'm not used to using Zoom. I'm used to using my own system called vMix, but most people familiar with Zoom, and therefore I use Zoom because it makes it easy on everybody. How you doing this morning?
Okay, there's an echo. You may be on two screens at the same time. You need to sign out of one of them because I'm hearing you twice.
You hear me twice?
Yes. So whatever you did a few minutes ago, put you on here twice. Now I don't hear you at all. Yes, I can hear you, but I can't see you, but that's okay. I see. Can you see me?
You should be able to see me. Now you got that twice again, right?
Yes, I have it twice again.
I don't know why you're getting it twice. We all figured out this morning. If you can bear with it as we work along here. I'll figure it out why we're getting it twice here, Miss Mamie. Cause now you probably are you still able to hear me now?
Yes, but I hear you twice.
You still hear me twice as I speak?
I'm getting an echo.
You get an echo.
Now I don't hear you at all.
Now you don't hear me at all. Okay.
Now
you hear me again. Now you hear me again, but you hear me twice.
I hear an echo.
Okay.
So whatever you did a few minutes ago corrected it, but you uncorrected it.
All right. Well, go ahead, Miss Mamie. I will. If you can bear with it, I'll figure it out as we're going. How was your New Year?
It was uneventful.
Uneventful.
It was uneventful.
I understand that we lost our friend James Williams over the weekend.
Right, Professor James
Right?
Williams. Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Isn't that
Another
something?
another loss.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
we have to be sure to say thank you for your loss. Sorry
Yeah.
for your loss. Not thank you for your loss. So let us get to It's Grammar Time.
Mm-hmm.
Streaming. We are streaming live, correct?
That's correct.
So since it is a new year, let's look at the words of the year since this is grammar. It's grammar time. 6-7 was a big word in toward the latter part of 2025. 6-7. Have you heard of 6-7? You can spell it 6 SIX and 7 SEVEN. Or
If you have children and grandchildren, particularly grandchildren at our age, you definitely heard of 6-7.
right. Oh, okay then. I don't have grandchildren, but on grammar size we talked about it.
Yeah.
What does 6-7 mean? Now, this is according to Merriam-Webster. First of all, it's an interjection. Secondly, it has the label slang.
Mm-hmm.
It has its own label. So anytime a word has a label, dialectal, slang, informal, colloquial, that's a warning that it is restricted. It has restricted use, meaning that you use it in informal situations. You wouldn't put it in a master's thesis or a dissertation or even an academic paper for your classroom or your class paper, unless, of course, you place the words in quotation marks to show the readers that you know what you're doing, that you are actually using slang intentionally. So
Right.
it is an interjection, and according to Merriam-Webster, it's a nonsensical expression connected to a song and a basketball player. What does it mean? And as I said, you can write it as a word, 6, a separate word, 7, or 6, the number, and a separate number, 7, or you can write 67 together, 6-7. It's used, as you said, those in the viewing audience and listening audience with children and grandchildren, you know that it's used by tweens, teenagers, and teens. The tweens are the ones in between. And it's connected, according to Merriam-Webster, to a rap song and also to a 6 feet 7 inch tall basketball player. Isn't that interesting? Let me
Well,
just share this part. Teens and adults alike have tried to explain it.
okay.
Some say it means, well, so, especially since kids often pair the phrase with an up and down hand motion. 6-7. Others argue it refers to a person who is tall. Some think it stands for a basketball term, and so on. The bottom line is the term 6-7 is nonsensical, which is sort of the point anyway. As one tween TikToker put it under another video, I think the point is that it makes no sense. Yes.
Yeah. I,
And
when he
here
said
are
make no sense, hey,
makes no sense. And
makes
here are
no
some
sense.
examples of 6-7. Herb Street just referenced a player's height was 6'7", like 4 times. Middle schoolers are going nuts right now. That's from Twitter. And then I didn't understand it either. I told my friend to meet me at 6 or 7, and he yelled as he was biking away, 6-7, and I was confused.
Mm.
From Reddit. Happy 6-7 to all of you who are parenting a child who incessantly says 6-7. I have a friend who said her son says, she'll say, well, that might not happen. 6-7. Everything she said every time he responds to me, it's 6-7.
Mm-hmm.
So here, according to Merriam-Webster dictionary, where does 6-7 come from? 6-7 comes from the song Doot Doot 6-7 by rapper Skrilla, I guess. I'm not even sure of the pronunciation.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
It's Skrilla, so it's the proper name. It could be Skrilla or it could be Skrilla. And it says it has been used frequently in viral videos and memes featuring NBA player. Maybe you know who this is, LaMelo Ball. Are you familiar with that person?
No, I'm not a sports fan. I have no idea.
Okay. TikTok and Instagram popularized the song on social media, making it a commonly used sound for video backing. Users believe the number combination is a reference to 67th Street, a possible nod to Skrilla's background. Users have also associated the phrase with NBA star LaMelo Ball. The Charlotte Hornets guard stands at that exact height, 6'7". Okay, there's more.
Wow.
How is it used? Mostly as an interjection, such as a response when someone encounters or hears the numbers 6 and 7. I'll meet you between 6 and 7, and the response is 6-7. This makes it difficult to capture in print unless you're reading articles or social media posts about the term itself. But there are exceptions. Cubs win 6-7. That's an exception. So there we have it. You have any thoughts about 6-7?
I have no thoughts whatsoever. I think it's dumb, but hey, that's me. I know a lot of the slang and stuff that we use. I have no idea. You were talking Greek to me when you were talking the names, Skrilla and all those rap groups and basketball players. It mean nothing to me. I've never heard of them until now. Only thing I heard, my great grandbaby was always talking about 6-7, and I didn't understand all that. But hey, that's that generation, and so hey, I'm sure our parents didn't understand the slang that we used during our generation. But it's something that I guess we need to get on board with because it's probably not going to go away. What do you think?
So I don't know what your audience is getting, but I'm still getting the double voice.
Are you really?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's very annoying. It's very difficult. So try something else. Whatever you tried is not working.
All right. Well, I'm still working on it as we speak here. Okay.
Okay. Well, maybe I'd better do most of the speaking. It would be nice to know if the audience is also hearing me in a double voice.
Yeah. No, I got my no. I'm monitoring over the. I'm just went out, but I'm monitoring over the air, and I'm not getting the double voice. It's just probably you and I. I'm listening at it over the air to see if we get double voice again, but I'm not hearing it on my end over the television set. Okay.
Okay. Well, on this end, and I know sometimes when that has happened, people are connected by two devices. That usually is a problem. If you're on your phone and on your computer at the same time.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I agree with you completely. Two voices there, and but when I'm speaking over the television, I'm speaking with you. I don't hear the television, but I'm trying to find it, and I understand why it probably is two voices because no, I don't understand because I can't see it. I can see you once, and I can see me once, and I can able to see the audio and the audio moving and everything, and I'm just not. I can't find it. It's somewhere or another, but I don't know where it is. But I'll eventually figure it out. We hadn't had this problem before. The only difference, Mamie, is I switched computers over the weekend, and maybe that's probably what it is. I don't have to work out the bugs on the computers. The shows that I did last night and over the weekend, that wasn't an issue. But this morning, and my grandmother used to always say, the devil is busy. The devil is busy. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out some way or another now. Why and how, I don't know. I don't only got you this morning.
Okay, we'll do one more word.
Okay.
Merriam-Webster Dictionary names the word SLOP, slop, as its 2025 word of the year.
Slop. Slop.
SLOP.
SLOP. Really?
Right. What do you know
Why?
about slop? Tell me what you know about it. What do you when you hear slop, what do you think of?
Something that's throwawayable, messy, garbage is slop. Nothing, it's just
Right.
something that's you can throw away. Something that's no good.
Right. Hog
Yeah.
slop. I can
All slop.
remember it. I can remember it from the country. I was born in the country in Mississippi, and hearing my uncle say, "I'm going to take some slop out to the hogs, all the leftover mess from the kitchen, slop." So here's what this article says. After yet another year of high-profile news stories and internet trends, Merriam-Webster has chosen one word to sum up 2025: slop. A lot of mess, troubled times. The dictionary publisher defined it as, quote, digital content of low quality that is produced usually in quantity by means of AI, artificial intelligence, unquote. And goes on to say it reflected the absurd videos, off kilter advertising, images, cheesy propaganda, fake news that looks pretty real, junky AI written books that have invaded people's social media feeds this year. That's slop. That's what they're using it for. All that stuff dumped on our screens, quote, captured in just 4 letters. The English language came through again, the company said. Other words and phrases that stood out for Merriam-Webster's editors were gerrymander, touchgrass, performative, tariff, 6-7, and conclave. Company also gave a shout out to Lake Chargagaman Chagagagaman Gungang Maga, an alternative name for Webster Lake in Massachusetts. It's written phonetically. Chargagagagman Chagag Chabunagangagmag. That's a terrible word. It says that this is an alternative name for Webster Lake in Massachusetts, which began appearing in the most searched list of words on Merriam-Webster.com, thanks to its appearance in the online gaming world Roblox. I don't know the online gaming world, so I'm assuming this is Roblox. Are you a gamer?
No, I'm not a gamer. I know a little bit about Roblox only because of my grandbaby, and she loved Roblox. So, but they talking when all that stuff you just said is just speaking Greek to me, Mamie. Speaking Greek.
Well, this little bit of information, Merriam-Webster's word of the year, Merriam-Webster Dictionary selects a word of the year each year, so does the Oxford English Dictionary. Most dictionaries do. And this selection is based largely on spikes in search data. This often means that the annual pick is tied to current events, as it was, for instance, in 2020. You can guess what the word was then. What was
Something
going
about
on in
this
2020?
2020. We had the pandemic going on in
That's
2020,
it.
right?
That's exactly it. That was the word of the year. Pandemic, vaccine, COVID. Those were the words
Yeah.
of the year in 2020. Pandemic, vaccine, and COVID. In 2024, the dictionary chose polarization.
Why is that?
Because that was a presidential election year, and it
Oh.
reflected the desire of Americans to better understand the state of affairs we were in at the time and around the world. There was a lot of polarization. Oxford University Press, which publishes the Oxford English Dictionary, has taken a different approach. I think you muted me. You are muted now. Now
I was trying different things to get that echo out of there, but go ahead. That didn't work either.
okay. But anyway,
Yeah.
the Oxford University Press has taken a different approach by incorporating public input and analyzing data to determine its word of the year. And this year, Oxford selected rage bait, defined as online content deliberately designed to elicit anger or outrage. Rage bait, it's called.
Rage bait. Oh.
Right.
Rage
So that's
bait.
interesting.
It certainly is interesting.
Goes on to say, with 2025's news cycle dominated by social unrest, debates about the regulation of online content, and concerns over digital well-being, our experts noticed that the use of rage bait this last year evolved to signal a deeper shift in how we talk about attention, both how it is given and how it is sought after. Isn't that something?
It is.
Interesting. So 6-7, rage bait, pandemic, all of these words become words of the year.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Words of the year. I was just quite surprised about the 6-7 since you would think that 6-7 is a number, but if you spell it out, it's not. It's a word. If you spell 6-7 together, it makes a word.
But actually, all numbers become words when you actually use letters to spell them. You refer to them as figures when you use the actual numbers.
Yeah,
they are
maybe.
words because they're in the dictionary.
Yeah, you bring up an excellent point in grammar, okay? And then I know you got to go, but I want you to explain this: when to spell out numbers, and when to use the numerical numbers in writing. What's the rule of thumb for that?
There's really not a single rule of thumb. It depends on the style book that you're using.
Mhm.
There are 3 standard style books with reputable rules. You have the Chicago Manual of Style.
Mhm.
A lot of companies use, a lot of academic institutions. You have the MLA style book, which is the Modern Languages Association style book, used primarily at college institutions by the College of Arts and Sciences and Humanities. The arts, the social sciences, and humanities, they use that style book. Then, and I forgot one, then there's AP, the Associated Press. That's for journalism. That's for journalists.
Mhm.
There's APA, the American Psychological Association, which is used primarily in education. So,
Right.
as one of my students said, why don't we just have one uniform, universal style book? That would be a good idea, but we don't. So, I'm more familiar because I'm in letters, I'm in the College of Arts and Sciences. For that style book, when you refer to addresses, documents like your social security number, phone numbers, those kinds of things are automatically written as figures, as numbers. But
Mhm.
when it comes to content, if a word has, even if it has 4 digits, you spell it as a word when you write it out or when you put it in writing. You use a word. 1,000, that has how many digits? At least 4 digits, but you write it as a word. 1,000 people attended the rally. Numbers from 1 to 99 are spelled as words. 99 people attended the rally. 56 people, those are words. But when it gets over that, then you start using figures. It gets over a certain number of words. That's the basic rule, but APA may be different. So whatever you're writing, if you're writing for a specific audience, then you have to make sure if you're a journalist, you use what the journalism manual, Associated Press requires.
Yeah.
If you're writing for an education department, writing your dissertation, for instance, you have to use the APA style manual. But as a rule of thumb, I guess I could give you a rule of thumb. Typically, numbers 1 to 99 are written as words, unless you are talking about even someone's age, someone's date of birth, those kinds of things. Those are definitely numbers.
Right. Okay. All right. And then we got to get into when you hyphenate them as well. Probably in another time when you write numbers or you write something that's hyphenated. A hyphenation. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean about that, right?
That's a lesson in itself. We'd have to have visuals for that because there's also a mark called the N dash, E-N, another word, dash, D-A-S-H. And then there's an M dash. It's a longer dash. People get all of those confused. And if you do confuse them, you confuse your reader because a hyphen hyphenates words, whereas dashes hyphenate parts of sentences.
Right.
Big difference.
Right. Exactly.
And we are going to have to talk about these honorific titles and these monikers people use, like Miss Mamie. How do you like it when people call you Mr. Vernon? Unless it's a kid who's showing respect. I bet you don't like it, right?
No, it doesn't matter with me. It really doesn't. Oh, okay. You know what? They've been calling me that for so long. I even picked that up as a part of my email address. My email address is Mr. Vernon.
Okay.
So, well, but yeah, I do understand where you're coming from, and but
sweetie.
I just had to roll with it. That's all.
That's okay.
And when I was much younger, it's what I was saying. When I was much younger, they would call me Mr. Vernon, and so now when I'm really much older, it doesn't bother me now.
Well, I was in the grocery store in a line behind at least a 95-year-old lady, and the cashier was 16. Anything else, sweetie? I said, you don't need to be calling her sweetie. I interrupted. Show some respect. You're a child. She's an adult. Give her a handle.
Yeah,
but just say ma'am. If you don't know her name, just say ma'am. But sweetie, to me, that's demeaning. And of course, we have a little conversation about that.
Well, yeah, we definitely have a little conversation about that because you know my mantra. You know what I call everybody, right?
Sugar. Hey, sugar. We know that's part of your character, calling people sugar. Hey, sugar. Not sugar, but sugar.
Sugar.
S-U-G-A-H. It's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mamie. Thank you. I appreciate you.
You have a commercial coming up?
Yeah, I got a commercial coming.
So stay on during the commercial so we can talk about next week.
Okay. All right, y'all. Hang on. Miss, you're gonna probably call me. You're gonna call me to talk about next week, okay? Well, would you want to go ahead and talk about it now? Do you want to talk about it on there? Or do you want to talk off there about it?
I won't be here next week. I'll be out of town. That's what.
Well, that's good enough so folks to know that, so they won't expect you for next week. Okay.
The 19th, are you on the air? Because that's
I am.
Okay. So we'll do It's Grammar Time on the 19th. Okay.
On the 19th. So next week, Mamie will be off. And I probably need to make a note to myself, Mamie, because next Monday, because you know when you get old, memory, you know what they say about memory, the second thing to go. And I'll get at 6:40. Mamie hadn't checked in yet, and I forgot you already told me this, but probably your viewers already and your listeners already know not to tune in because Mamie's not going to be on there. So I'll forget. But anyway, but I'm making a note to myself. So you'll be back on the 19th of January. You know what? That's also in debate as well. Because, the 19th of January is MLK Day.
Right.
And I'm involved with the MLK parade. And I don't think I will be on the air on the 19th because that probably won't give me enough time to do what I need to because I need to get up real early to get downtown to get set up and everything. So let's plan on the 20th. Is it 26, 7 days for the 19th? 26?
26.
Okay, let's plan on the 26th. How about that? Okay.
See you on the 26th. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, Mamie. All right, y'all, that's Mamie Hickson, Grammar Time, every Monday morning except for next Monday and maybe the following Monday, the 26th. You can look forward to Grammar Time so you can learn something about grammar that you probably already didn't know. And certainly we can probably we never get too old to learn. We never get too old to use the correct English. I appreciate Mamie for educating us. All right, y'all, I got to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the things happening around town, some of the news events, and some of the things that going on around the world today that probably is shocking to you. But nevertheless, we're going to be talking about it. All right, y'all, stay tuned. And you tell everybody, y'all, that Vernon is on this morning. Okay? We'll be right back.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it out.
Navigating healthcare is hard. Baptist makes it better. With convenient locations, easy scheduling, and skilled, compassionate doctors, all when you need us most. The next time you need care, let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
From affordable home equity lines and home loans to high-yield checking that pays 5.05% APY, Pen Air combines innovative banking with a commitment to our community. Pen Air Credit Union. Join us.
The Service Center at Pete Moore Chevrolet can maintain the life of your vehicle regardless of make or model. Our certified factory-trained technicians have the expertise for domestic and import vehicles. And the Pete Moore Advantage provides you complimentary services whenever you stop by. Our Collision Center accepts all insurance, provides lifetime warranties on all workmanship and paint, and offers a deductible reimbursement program. So when you need service or repair, let the Pete Moore Service and Collision Center work for you.
Hi, I'm Jessica Ford. I'm the owner of FD Builds. Energy efficiency is very important in today's market. With higher interest rates and rising costs, it's important that home buyers maintain their bottom line of affordability. The nice thing about natural gas and natural gas appliances is that it's more energy efficient than their electrical counterparts, and at the end of the day, utility bills are lower. Our relationship with the Pensacola Energy team is phenomenal. From customer service to their field teams, it's just a seamless process. We love Pensacola Energy.
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
Looking to start a career or change your current career? Pensacola State College is the place for you. Choose from short-term, high-demand career and technical education programs ranging from commercial vehicle driving to medical assisting. Call 850-484-2000.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it out.
All right, good morning, y'all. You got Vernon this morning. Yes, sir. You got Vernon this morning. Yeah. We've just finished grammar time, y'all, with Mrs. Mamie Hickson, y'all. We just finished grammar time with Mamie Hickson, and that's every Tuesday. Today is Monday, Vernon. I don't know where your mind is. He probably is gone, but that's okay. I want to say good morning to it. I want to say good morning to everybody that's under the sound of my voice this morning. I really do. And I wish you a great morning, and I wish you a happy new year, y'all. A happy new year. 2026. Golly, and I know everybody's saying the same thing. Can you believe it? Yeah, believe it now. Believe it. Whether you want to or not, but believe it. All right, y'all. A lot of things been going on over the holidays and over the weekend, things that we can kind of recap and so forth. And I tell you the truth, the world going crazy. We going crazy. But anyhow, we'll talk about some national things that your cap is getting us into. You say, what is a cap? Your crazy ass president, CAP, crazy ass president, getting us involved with. Anyhow, let me get off him, because nobody excites me more than your president, right? And he probably would be right if I have what he called the Trump deranged syndrome. Yep, I got it bad. But let me not spoil your world with my biases. Okay, I'm just I just want to throw it out there and let you know that I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of your president. Okay, I just want to just clear it out there. And everybody got their own political persuasion, and I see mine from a totally biased point of view. And so anything I say that is coming from my own vantage point, my own point of view. I know many of you supported that man. So be it. Each to have his own. They always told me there's two things you don't talk about, and that's politics and your family sometimes. Because nobody's going to always agree on that. Okay? But anyway, I'm going to leave that alone for right now. Okay, let's talk about what's going on around the world, around your state, and around your community. Holidays we had a great holiday. And again, unfortunately, we didn't escape the holiday without some incidences. And so we're going to talk about some of those incidents. We had, I guess, 10 or 11 fires. The Escambia County Fire Department have what they call a reef, and they ended up every time they have a house fire, not necessarily a house fire, but anytime they have a fire, they add a red bulb to that reef. And so I think we ended up with about 12 bulbs on that reef over the holidays, And it went not without car crashes, okay? We always, that is certainly is an issue. Safety is an issue, and we encourage folks to drive safe. Please drive safe. There's 3 people injured in a crash, over the holidays on Highway 29. So be careful there. Be careful out there. Also, in light of what's going on around the world right now, I know you heard on the weekend that the United States of America has invaded, if you will, if you want to use that term, invaded. Sometimes they like to use the word. The United States don't like to use the word invaded. They only use invaded when it's applied to them, but when they do it to somebody else, they liberated. So if you want to call it, they were liberating Venezuela. So on Friday night, early Saturday morning, they went into Venezuela and arrested the president, Maduro, and his wife, and they are locked up now somewhere in New York and putting them on trial. How we can do that legally, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder how the world would react, United States would react if somebody came over and raided the United States and took Trump and locked him away into another country's jail and put him on trial for war crimes and all the crazy shit he's been doing. But anyway, that's neither here or there. But anyhow, in a response to that, going back to the local news here, I told you I'm opinionated. This is not objective news. I'm just giving you objective headline with opinion on the side, okay? That's your side salad, okay? But anyway, they're planning to protest the Venezuelan invasion, if you will, in downtown Pensacola. I think that protest is planning to be on Tuesday, I believe it is, about 3 o'clock downtown Pensacola, okay? Downtown Pensacola. So you might want to, some people might want to participate in that. You might not, participate in it. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on, okay? And in fact, I might have a lady on to discuss that if she's willing to talk about it. Mrs. A lady talking about the event. They're gonna have what they call a silent protest. Let's talk about something a little bit lighter, if you will. Parade time, and they're preparing for Mardi Gras, y'all. Yeah, Mardi Gras kicks off. Been kicking off, and they're gonna kick off. And just like any other parade, the reimagining project downtown Pensacola is always impacting all of the parades this year, including the MLK parade, which we're gonna talk about just a little bit later on. Okay, just a little bit later on. But we're getting ready to do we're getting ready to do the Mardi Gras parades, okay? Speaking of incidents and accidents, and they had opened over the weekend. They had an accident on I-10. It was a fiery type of accident. They actually closed a section of I-10 over in Santa Rosa County, and now that section of I-10 has been reopened as well. And while we're on the same subject of I-10 in Santa Rosa County, they are planning on having a controlled burn. Okay, the Forest Service is having a controlled burn in that same general area. And so if you're traveling in that area, please be aware of that, because you might run into some smoke and so forth. So, but it is a controlled burn. It's going to be, hopefully they're going to try to have it when it's less hazardous to do it, and when there's a lot less wind to do it, and in the evening, in the time of the day that has less traffic. So in other words, keep your eye on that, okay? Keep your eye on that. I was thinking as well as about how great the new year came in. They always have a big deal about the first baby that is born in the local area. First baby to born in the local area that happened to be born at Baptist Hospital this year, right? At Baptist Hospital. The baby name was Isabel, born at 4:40 a.m. On New Year's Day. So congratulations, little Isabel, and for bringing in 2026, y'all. Also, I want you to be very careful, because this flu is going around the country, not only locally, but it's going around the country. This flu cases is on the rise. All right, flu cases are on the rise. If you're susceptible, if you're vulnerable, be very careful. And it is affecting the young and the old the most, okay? There have been a second child has died as a result of this flu, okay? I don't know of any reported incidents of elderly people dying, and they have probably hadn't focused on that, but they were concerned because children generally pretty healthy, their immune system is pretty good, and yet this strand of flu is also very challenging right now to children. So you definitely want to be very vigilant about that. Christmas is over with, y'all, and I know you wanted to know, well, what we're going to do with all these trash and Christmas tree. Well, ECUA, you called ECUA to schedule your excess garbage that you got over the weekend, your boxes and your old furniture you're throwing out and everything, just because you replace it with new stuff. Call ECUA and look at their schedule. Now, one of the things that they're doing now is that they're repurposing Christmas trees, okay? So just separate the trees from your trash, okay? They'll pick up the trees, and they're gonna start repurposing those trees. Number one, there's two main purposes they're gonna do with those Christmas trees. If you make sure that all your ornaments and everything is off these real trees, or not real trees. If you're gonna throw away plastic trees, perhaps that is garbage, but if you got real trees, they're going to repurpose those trees. Number one purpose is that they're collecting trees now to help refurbish, if you will, to repurpose the dunes on the beach. Okay, so if you got a tree and if you want to donate it, want to give it to the folks so they can use it for the dune, for Pensacola Beach, the dune, the storm came through and it impacted the dunes and stuff like that. They're trying to resurface and rebuild the dunes on the beach. So they're using Christmas trees as one of the reasons. I mean, one of the purpose of helping with those dunes. The other purpose that when they're not using, they're gonna grind it up into mush. Okay, so the Christmas tree is a good purpose there. Is a great purpose. Also on the weekend, over next door, over in Mobile, Alabama, you probably heard that Mobile police had a big standoff over in Midtown over there, and where 3 police officers was injured, but they brought the situation to a peaceful end, and but the big thing is the guys stood. They had a standoff for a while, and so they finally was able to subdue it. 3 officers injured as a result of it, and so everything is kind of back to normal now over in our next door in Mobile, Alabama. So that made the news. Also in the news, I know we reported on the weekend. Last week, I think we reported. It's been a year now since their family is still looking for that cat. Okay, still looking for that cat. A Texas family stopped over on Pine Forest Road and I-10 to get gas, and the cat got away, and they got a reward out for that cat. And I forgot what the name of the cat was, but they still looking for that cat. If a stray cat came to your house about a year ago, and I know if you adopted and took him in, I know you're probably in love with him now, and you probably don't want to give him up. But if it happened to be somebody else's cat, you might want to do the right thing. Okay, you might want to do the right thing. We talked about yesterday, even on last week's show. Jerry and I talked about it, and then we talked about it last night on Our Voices. Is that we need, since the holidays seems to be a time that really bring people down and about depression and so forth. Well, the United Way is offering free suicide prevention training. Okay, don't underestimate. Please don't underestimate mental health, y'all. I think many people do because mental health issues and issues that you cannot see, okay? Issues that you cannot see, and sometimes people don't assume that. Miss Claudon, good morning. I am doing well. How are you this morning? You're not coming on the video this morning, huh?
Right. My internet I'm having some issues with that here.
Okay.
So
All right.
I can do the phone.
All right. Can you stand by for 1 second, if you will?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, y'all. This is Miss Clara Long. She's standing by, y'all. But let me finish up my little news. No, let's do that because I got a couple more issues, several issues I got to talk about in the news that are gonna take a little bit longer. Miss Clara Long is a working woman, and I don't want to infringe upon her time, and she wants you to be a working man and a woman too because she has a lot of jobs. Clara, first of all, before we get into all the jobs and everything, how were your holidays?
Everything was great. The 2 weeks of off time was really rejuvenating and much needed. So I enjoyed everything, enjoyed the holidays. Now today's get back to the grind.
Getting back to the grindstone, huh?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Wow. All righty.
And I miss you. Happy New Year.
Well, thank you.
Merry Christmas. Nice. Happy New Year 2026. This is the year. It's to get it right, do it right.
Absolutely. You know what they say. You know what they say. We hadn't seen it since last year, so let's make this year a better year. Did you make a New Year resolution, Claire?
No, sir. I'm just trying to do better in things that I do. And hey, my job is really important to me because I love doing what I do is that helping the community, educating the community on things behind the scenes that we see in the county and how we can better help our citizens of Escambia County. And that's what my department is all about, is just providing some information, educating the public and helping where we can help, So, it's not a New Year resolution. It's just a resolution that's been put in place by me, and that's what I strive to do every day.
Absolutely.
Is to help the community. Yes, absolutely.
All righty. So what you got on us in terms of jobs?
Yes, so I just got through looking at the website, which you can find this information on myescambia.com. And of course, there are good positions, job openings out there today for this week. So you want to go out there and see what interests you. And the main thing, Mr. Vernon, they have to do a resume. So if you haven't done a resume and you need help with a resume, Workforce Escarosa can help with that. And once you get that resume completed, then you want to go out and create an account if you haven't already done so with the county. And then that's a one-time thing. So once you get all that information in, then every week you can go out and apply for multiple jobs or one specific job. I did have a client who was listening to the radio who applied for a position and got the position with the county. So it is real. I mean, there's nothing fake about it. So, but you have to go out and do the work. That means you have to go out and apply for the position. Once you get an interview set up, do your homework. Go onto that department website and see what they do and see how your skills match what they're looking for. And when you get that interview, go in and dress appropriately, be on time, be before time, and address the questions that they ask. Let them know that you are familiar with their department and what they do and how your skills can be an asset to their team.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to tell you, majority of the time, you will get the job just by providing that information and just doing a little homework.
Right. And they got all kinds of jobs. You got your correctional jobs. You got you got firefighters as well, huh?
Firefighters. We have EMT workers that are needed all the time, and these are positions where you can work differential hours. Like if you work at night, you get a little bit more incentive. Working on the weekends, they have overtime opportunities for individuals with the public safety. So those positions are always open. And we have public works, which those positions remain pretty open occasionally when someone's retiring or moving up or just leaving and going elsewhere. But those positions are available. Animal shelter, they used to have a lot of openings, but those positions have been filled, and people need jobs. So it just depends on where you want to work and your skill set and how it better fits that particular department. But again, these are not just jobs, Mr. Watson. These are careers. You have health, dental, vision, retirement, and we have PTO. We have paid days off. We have 14 holidays that are paid holidays. So again, the benefits that comes with these positions are just phenomenal when you're looking at the outside of the county and what the health insurance is costing versus working with the county. So again, you're young, you say, oh, I don't need insurance, but hey, keep living. Just keep living. You're going to need it. So.
Yeah, you will. You will. Some of these jobs, I notice y'all offering the sign-on bonus on some jobs, right?
Yes. Mostly it's corrections, public safety, those kind of jobs, because they're hard to fill. Meaning that it's just a hard line of criteria that you have to have. But the good thing about it, the county has learned, is that you may not have all the experience, but you are a worker. You're somebody that's going to show up. And they will provide the training for you. So you'll go in as like an entry-level position. You get the training. Once you get your certificate, you also get a sign-on bonus, but you can also get a raise once you complete all your certifications. So those are things that we're looking at to try to remove some of the barriers for some of these positions that are highly needed. So again, if you're interested, please apply, and then they'll take it from there where they can, if you get hired on, they will give you the necessary tools that you need and the training that you need to be successful.
Yeah, and I just want to add to it, some folks that might think that, well, okay, they got a sign-on bonus. I think I sign on and get the money. But you gotta be obligated. It's just like joining the military in some respect.
Yes.
You're gonna have to have a contract to go with that. We're just not gonna give you that money and then lose you in a month or two, because the idea is to retain you, right?
Yes, absolutely. And we want to retain the talent. We don't want to, like you said, incentivize you to come in, get a check, and then leave. Yes, you're right. There is some stipulation behind that. So again, just like the military, when you join it.
Yeah.
Whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or more. But again, these are career opportunities.
Yeah.
So don't lose focus on that.
Hey, Claire, it's just about like, I got a saying for everything, and my saying for that is, we're not gonna fatten frogs for snakes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, so go out to the county website today at myscamia.com. There's a search engine. Just type in career or jobs, and all of those positions will populate, and then you can, peruse the website just to make sure that your skills fit those positions and go out and apply.
Yeah. All right, ScamiaCounty.com, y'all. I got it here on the screen. Got it on the screen. Just ScamiaCounty.com. Go through it. Just hit the career button on there, and you can find all kinds of jobs. You can interview. You can apply, put your interest in, and good luck, y'all. Good luck.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. This is the year for you. You got to claim it.
All righty. Well, Claire, thank you for checking in. All right, now.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. Y'all, that's Miss Claire. That's Miss Claire with the Escambia County And she is the career recruiter. If you're looking for a job, not just a job, everybody. If you're looking for a career as well, okay, go to escambia.county.com. Okay, go to escambia.county.com. All righty, y'all. Let me take another commercial break. And when I come back, we're going to finish talking about the other stuff in the news. We're going to talk about the local stuff. We're going to talk about the MLK parade. We're going to have Commissioner May come on. We're going to have the City of Pensacola Police Department to come on. We're just going to educate you and give you all the information that's in the education. We're going to give you the information that you need, y'all. Okay? All right, y'all. Stay tuned. And to everybody, number one, how to get this, just tell them to go to RDO, okay? RDO, okay? RDO.to/WBQP. Just that easy. RDO.to/WBQP. And they would get us there anytime, okay? We'll be right back.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it out.
Stash your money somewhere smarter. With 5.05% APY, Pen Air's high yield checking puts your money to work and earning big. Pen Air Credit Union. Join us.
Are you looking to start your education or to change careers? Pensacola State College is the place for you. We offer bachelor's degrees, 2-year degrees, career certificates, and more, ranging from nursing to welding. Apply today, pensacolastate.edu.
Sonia Bay's Botanicals is a local wellness boutique that specializes in infused fruit juices, medicinal herbal tea remedies, clean hair and body care, and herbal infused sea moss gels, which can be purchased 1 for $25 or 2 for $40. This sea moss contains 92 of the body's 102 essential minerals used to increase energy, relieve pain and inflammation, and improve blood pressure and more. From parasite cleanse to detox and weight loss to blood sugar control, Sonia Bay's Botanicals has a natural solution for you.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Call State Farm agent Arthur Searcy for your personal price plan today.
I remember these. Will I have the money to send my kid to college? Well, that's specific. How long has that been there? 7-letter word for a bank that helps you reach your goals.
Synovus. Order for Synovus?
Thank you.
Are you Synovus?
Yes.
Are you gonna ask or should I?
A solid financial future doesn't happen by chance. Let's talk about your potential today.
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
Viola's Menswear, 2727 West Cervantes Street, Pensacola, Florida. Gentlemen, fine clothing at an affordable price. Suits starting at $139. Dress, shoes, hats, and accessories. Here at Viola's Menswear, 2727 West Cervantes Street in Pensacola, Florida. Call today at 429-7146, 2727 West Cervantes Street in Pensacola, Florida.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it out.
BQP is where you need to be.
All right, Joe. Welcome to WBQP TV and WBQP Radio. Yeah, we finished talking to Miss Clara Long about jobs and careers. And, y'all, if you need jobs, career, go to escamiacounty.com. Tomorrow morning, we will have Mrs. Shakita Payne from ECH. She's going to talk about jobs as well. And starting on Wednesdays, maybe not this week, but we're certainly going to probably have somebody from Escarosa talking about jobs. So every morning, what my plans are to have a different agency to come on and talk about the different jobs and careers available to you, so that just if you don't have a job, you can't do much because you need a job. And we just don't want folks just to have a job. We want the folks to have a career. We want folks to make money. These are well-paying jobs. These are just not minimum wage jobs. These are real well-paying jobs with careers and benefits, okay? Now, let me finish talking about what's going on in the news. Speaking of jobs and careers and benefits, if you are on the ACA, the American Health Care Plan, if you haven't noticed yet, okay, because your Congress let the subsidies expire as of December 31st, you are facing some extraordinarily increases in your health insurance premiums, okay? You are facing, some folks are not going to be able to afford the premium. The only reason you are able to afford the premiums because the government was subsidizing your healthcare plan, which most Americans, a lot of Americans depended on. Okay, a lot of Americans depended on. So you have many different plans you can choose from, and whatever you can afford. That's why they call it the Affordable Health Care Act. Okay, the name of the law was the Affordable Health Care Act. But now, when they enacted the law, and you got to understand why we're in the pickle that we're in, okay? Number one, President Barack Obama did the impossible, okay? The first president ever, I believe Bill Clinton tried to do it on Hillary. They wasn't able to get a national comprehensive health care plan for America. But under the Biden administration, they was able to pull it off, okay? But they had to, do some compromises with it, okay, in order to get it to the finish line. And one of the compromises that the Obama administration had to make was that they agreed to the fact that, okay, we will agree to get the Republican voters. They didn't want to make it permanent. They didn't want to make the subsidies permanent. What I mean, the act was permanent, but in order for it to make it affordable, the government had to subsidize your payment, okay? What you pay, it's just almost like the employer. When you go to work for an employer and get health insurance, you only pay a certain amount of money that, that's affordable. But what you don't know is that your employer pay the other part of your health insurance premium, okay? So that was the benefit that you get. They pay a big chunk of it, and you pay a chunk of it, okay? Well, but folks that didn't have jobs like that, and they couldn't get health insurance because they didn't have a job that had benefits. Well, the Affordable Care Act is the thing that they passed that any American can have it. So in other words, so who was subsidizing those folks? Well, the taxpayers, the United States of America was subsidizing. They were you considered your employer, if you will, okay? So they were subsidizing, and you pay certain amount, and the government pays certain amount. Well, one of the sacrifices that the Obama administration had to make is that they agreed to do it on a temporary basis, okay, but with the hopes of renewing it and eventually getting it permanently. So, this act was passed in 2012, 12 or something like that. And so they've been kicking the can down the road. They've been kicking the can down the road. Always, the substance has always been temporary, but they were always able to get it at least extended and extended until they can get it permanently. Well, they had an opportunity to make it permanently, but the Republicans refused to do that. When they gave the rich a permanent tax break, they did not give the American people permanent subsidies so they can subsidize the health insurance. In fact, when it's expired on December 31st, 2025, Congress went home without extending that. So hopefully when they come back, maybe something can be done. But right now, you're facing a tremendous amount of money for your health insurance. So get on your congressman, get on the phone, put the pressure back on those folks so you can have some health insurance, okay? I want to continue to talk about folks that's into Pensacon. Pensacon 2026 is probably one of the biggest one yet, okay? If you're into that, I know a lot of folks are into that. And I guess that theme this time, the Stranger Things show, those folks are going to be there and so forth. I ain't never even heard of Stranger Things. Again, by having a grandchild, you learn a lot. So I learned a lot from my 5-year-old grandbaby. She talks about, I never heard of Stranger Things until I heard her talking about it. Never heard of 6-7 until I heard her talking about it. All these crazy things. But anyway, when I look up in the news, they're there. I said, she know more than I know about life. She's only 5 years old. But anyway, the theme this year of Pensacon is going to be the Stranger Things theme. And they're looking for the biggest and the better theme yet for Pensacon. And tickets are available if they hadn't already sold out, okay? It hadn't already sold out. One of the things I do want to talk about before I get off the news thing here, and before on the national scene, the Epstein file is still not all out, okay? Despite the fact that Congress gave them a deadline, millions and millions of pages of information had not been released. And for the millions that has been released, it has been so heavily redacted that it doesn't tell us anything. So just stay tuned for 2026 to see how that will play out, the Epstein file play out. But two things on a personal, I said a personal, but I'm on a closer note that I want to talk about is that I just heard just over the weekend that we lost Professor James Williams. Okay, we lost James Williams this weekend. My thoughts and prayers and condolences goes out to his family. And in fact, I just spoken with him. He actually attended the Kwanzaa celebration that we had down at the Cuckoo Institute. This past Sunday was a week ago. Okay, and he was there. We talked, and one of the things that we had talked about, that we had been talking about for a while, but we hadn't never gotten it scheduled. I do a series on local heroes like James Williams and many other folks, what I call Pensacola's Unsung Heroes. And he was on my agenda to be interviewed on Pensacola's Unsung Heroes, and we talked about it. And the last thing we said he said, well, call me so we can get it scheduled. And that was on Sunday night, 1 week ago, last night. And now to learn that he had transitioned. So my thought goes out to his family there. The other issues we want to talk about is Mr. Kenneth Williams, Dean Williams. Now, Kenneth Williams was passed over the holidays during this cold weather. He was very known to a lot of folks down at Belmont and Villa and folks down at the Dwarf. He was a regular customer there, and he succumbed, and they suspect they found him around the dumpster area in that general area down in Belmont-Deville, and they suspect that he succumbed because of the cold weather. Okay, he succumbed because of the cold weather, and so Pensacola is remembering him. He was a well-known figure in that area, and so, but that just begs to mention, as I mentioned many times on this show, is that please check on people. Please check on people, whether we in cold weather or not. Okay, just never know. If you don't see somebody that you normally see every day, you might want to check on them. I call 911 to do a welfare check. They would do a welfare check on if people are unseen. You know, your relatives, your grandmama, your everybody, old folks, even young folks that you haven't seen. Please do your check on them as well. Okay, check on them as well. It's just something that you need to do. So our heart goes out. It goes out to Mr. Kenneth Dean Williams in his passing. I know a lot of folks in Pensacola share my sentiments with that. Okay, all right, y'all. I'm not going to talk about what's going on the national scene. Okay, because you know what's going on. I know some people celebrating Maduro, saying he was a dictator. But neither here nor there. You're going to hear a lot more about that as this year ensues. Hopefully, we're going to be talking to our District 3 representative, Commissioner Luman May. Okay, hopefully we'll be talking to him in just a few minutes. But, you know, one of the segments that we love to talk about, and I'm going to talk about when I come back, after we talk to Lumen, we're going to talk about the local stuff, like the MLK parade is coming up. If you hadn't registered, go ahead and get registered for the parade right now. It's still not too late to get registered for the MLK parade. It's going to be on January the 19th. We're going to talk about that and the other activities that are associated with it, and all the activities associated around the area for the MLK month. Okay, we're gonna do that. And MLK, you know, one of the things that I try to inspire people and to motivate folks. Okay, try to inspire people and to motivate people. Dr. Martin Luther King, y'all, had he gave a speech. Okay, he gave a speech. And on greatness and Black History moments as well. But Dr. King gave a speech at, I can't believe what university it was. And he called it, let me play it for you. I'm telling you, it's one of the most inspiring speeches that I ever heard in my life. Not only he was giving it for the students, okay, and I want to play throughout the month of January. So we're celebrating the life and the legacies and the works of Dr. Martin Luther King. Okay, I'm going to be playing excerpts from his speeches throughout the month. And here's one that I probably want to play out throughout the year because it's kind of really inspiring and motivating. And when we finish that, when we come back, hopefully we're talking to Commissioner Luman May, y'all. So stand by.
I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint? Number one in your life's blueprint should be, don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Always feel that you count. Always feel that you have worth, and always feel that your life has ultimate significance. Don't be ashamed of your color. Don't be ashamed of your biological features. Somehow you must be able to say in your own lives and really believe it, I am black but beautiful, and believe it in your heart. Secondly, in your life's blueprint, you must have the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. When you discover what you're going to be in life, set out to do it as if God Almighty called you at this particular moment in history to do it. It falls your lot to be a street sweeper. Sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Sweep streets like Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Leontine Price sings before the Metropolitan Opera. And sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. And so from an old slave cabin of Virginia's hills, Booker T. Washington rose up to be one of America's great leaders. He lit a torch in Alabama, and darkness fled in that setting from a poverty-stricken area of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Marian Anderson rose up to be the world's greatest contralto, so that a Toscanini could say that a voice like this comes only once in a century. And Sibelius of Finland could say, my roof is too low for such a voice from crippling circumstances. There came a George Washington Carver to carve for himself an imperishable niche in the annals of science. Then came Joe Louis and Muhammad Ali with their educated fists. All of them came to tell us that we can be somebody. Skin may differ, but affection dwells in black and white the same. And if I were so tall as to reach the pole, or to grasp the ocean at a span, I must be measured by my soul. The mind is the standard of the man. Finally, in your life's blueprint must be a commitment to the eternal principles of beauty, love, and justice. Don't allow anybody to pull you so low as to make you hate them. I close by quoting once more the man that the young lady quoted, Langston Hughes. One day he wrote a poem entitled Mother to Son. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stad. It's had tacks in it, boards torn up, places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I's been a-climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners, and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you stop now. Don't you sit down on the steps, cause you find this kind of hard. But I still going, boy. I still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
Ow. That was heavy. That was Dr. Martin Luther King, y'all. Dr. Martin Luther King, that's a very, very, very inspirational speech. And, you're going to hear me play that often because it really gets one going. He gave that speech on October the 26th, 1967, to a group of graduating students at the Barrett Junior High School in Philadelphia, y'all. And it's probably one of his greatest speeches ever. if you ask me. It's up there with his MLK I Have a Dream speech. And it is such motivating and an inspiring speech that I just had to play it, y'all, because this is one of the greatest things that you can do. You know, and he entitled it Your Life Blueprint. And if you know anything about buildings, every building before it becomes a reality, it has to have a blueprint. That is the concept of what this building is going to be and be like, and how it's going to be constructed and what goes into it. And so what people must understand is that life is the same way. And he wanted to inspire those students while they still in junior high school, okay, to start working on their life's blueprint, okay? You can't be a star, you know what they're saying. You can't be a moon, be a star. Can't be a star, be a heaven. Whatever you can be, you know, if you're going to be a street sweeper, be the world's greatest street sweeper. So it is certainly motivating, educating, inspiring. It's the most elegant speech I've ever heard. Okay. And so, therefore, that's our motivational moment, if you will. I'm going to have a motivational moment try to have one as many times on this show as I can, but that was our motivational moment here on Monday to get everybody started on MLK, where we celebrating. January is always celebrating the life and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. It's leading up to the MLK parade and the MLK activities that we got going on in our community. Okay, coming up. All right, let me talk about that just for a few minutes. Okay, the MLK parade is going to be on January the 19th. Okay, January the 19th. It's still time. There's still time, y'all, to get into the parade. Okay, still time to register for the MLK parade. Okay. You can call the MLK hotline. And I got the MLK hotline right here, the number for the hotline. Just give them a call there, right there on the MLK hotline. I got another graphic that I call the MLK, so you can see it there in color, is 850-378-9242. Okay, so you can get into the parade, the best money that you can ever invest. Okay, if you are a vendor, if you're interested in making some money down at the MLK parade, give them a call. Vendor fees is only like $100, I believe. And also, I believe oh gosh, let me see here. I think it's $150. I'm looking, I can't see it, but anyway, I think it's $150 for the registration fee, and for so many entries. And if you got excess entries, it's only $50 per entry there after you get registered for the MLK parade. Okay, there are going to be a couple of changes. They're going to be for this year's parade. Okay, a couple of changes, since they are going to be doing construction on Palafox Street on that reimagining project. The route going to change just a little bit. They're going to continue the same until you come back down Palafox. Instead of going, when you come back down the plaza, you go on Garden Street, you go up north on Palafox, and then you turn at the plaza, turn there and go back down south on Palafox again. Well, when you get back down to Garden Street, rather than going in town, through town, okay, you're going to make a left turn there at Garden Street, and then take the very next right and go down the very next street. And I don't know all the street name, but I think the next street might be Jefferson, but I'm not sure. But going all the way down towards Main Street as well, okay? Down at Main Street as well. So that's what you can look forward to this year. Also, remember that this is going to be a dignified parade. We want everybody to participate. We want you to keep in with the common theme. Okay, the common theme this year. We're not turning back. Okay, kind of a thing. So if you haven't, I think let me put up the graphic here. With unity, we won't turn back. That is the thing. And this is going to be our 37th annual MLK parade. Going to start at 11 o'clock downtown. We also, WBQP is going to be broadcasting the parade live. The other changes is that we're going to be set up with the cameras, okay, going to be set up now near the Pensacola Little Theater area, in that general area there, closer to the plaza. We're going to be set up right there. And so if you're going to do your performances and you want to be on television, that is the time and the place to do your best act, okay? And for you to be seen on television, we're going to be live. We're going to be broadcasting live on WBQP TV, channel 12.1 and 12.8, as well as Blab TV around the Gulf Coast, okay? Around the Gulf Coast. And it will be aired and played back on a later date. And better yet, it's also going to be available on demand. Just go to WBQP and click on it anytime thereafter you want to see it. Anytime. You don't have to wait till it come on television. You just go to our website, not our website, but our app. Go to WBQP TV app and click on it and look at it anytime that you want to. Any time of the day, any time of the night, 24 after, when we're doing it live, okay? After Monday, it is going to be available on demand, if you will, okay? Also, we're asking that you keep your performances decent. We're asking that you not play music that is not appropriate. That means, the music, there's a lot of cussing going on with it. We ask you to refrain from that, okay? We ask you to refrain from doing that, if you will, okay? If you will. Please don't do that if you can, okay? Well, please just don't do that. It's a dignified parade. We want to honor the legacy of Dr. King. The show will be hosted by myself, Sunshine, okay? Sunshine with Sunshine Corners with Blab TV. She's going to be our goat. Miss Cheryl Moran going to be hosting with us, as well as Jim Roberts. Jim been with us for a long time, and he would give his perspective. Jim's always tried to test my knowledge on MLK, so maybe he can come up with a question that this year that I won't know, but so far I got a perfect record, okay? Sue can attest to that, okay? And I want to give, Sue was unable to be with us this year, so but I do want to give my utmost thanks for the years that Sue provided the MLK services, okay? She didn't have to do it, but she did do it, and she representing WAR TV as a partnership. Partnership with WEAR TV to do the parade and everything. So, but I want you to be there. And our Grand Master is Grand Marshal. He probably is a Grand Master, but the Grand Marshal is Mr. Lumen May. Okay, and which I got him on the phone right now. Lumen is he's doing his 8 o'clock report. But good morning, Lumen. How are you?
Good morning, Vernon. How are you?
I'm doing better now. How are you? Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, how things go?
Everything went well, man. How about you? How was your New Year?
Oh man, I couldn't ask for anything better. I didn't resort to doing a New Year's resolution this year, but what about you? Did you do a New Year resolution?
No, man. I just try to do better this coming year than I did last year, man. And all walks of life. I've never made a resolution. I said I'm gonna just try to do better than I did last year. I'm gonna try not to make the same mistakes I made last year, man. And I'm gonna just try to love people, even love people that don't love me. And so that's all I ever say, man. And I thank God, as my grandmama used to say, for letting me see another year, man. Because even to the last day in the year, I was going to funerals, and even in the beginning of the new year, I was attending funerals. And so, I just thank the Lord that I'm still alive.
Yeah, you think about it. I heard the lady one time when I was up in Burnt Corn, Alabama, and you was telling they were telling about some deaths of people. She said, "Child, people dying that had never died before." So
That's what my grandma said. She said, "Lord," she said, "the Lord is calling them one by one." She said, "Folks that ain't never died before, dying now."
that is so true. And speaking of that, we lost James Williams over the last weekend, and that was kind of a sad state of affair. And then the man that Kenneth Williams, Kenneth Dean Williams, we lost him also during the cold weather. So and our prayers and thoughts goes out to those families. Kenneth, Commissioner.
Yeah, don't call Dean now, because Dean can't hear you. He done heard you for the last time. You called me Kenny.
Well, he might be listening down on me. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, you're right, man. Let's say James Williams lived on Lady Bird in Brent, where my mom lived. He's a relative of mine, a close relative of mine. I saw him a couple weeks ago at Five Sisters, and so he was the first person to show me how to do an algebra equation in the dirt. As kids, we all would surround James Williams, and he'd help us with our math homework and talk to us in different languages, and we'd sit right out there in the dirt and figure out algebraic equations right there. And so I also loved him, and just right down the street I could see Dean from my yard, and my thoughts right to him, and we think about, man, how good God's been, and we have a clerk of court that won't pay for feeding, and don't think that that's essential. And when we have people who are eating out of dumpsters or living in the cold, and we have one of the greatest economies in the world, where we can spend billions of dollars to go and incarcerate one man and one woman, but we can't spend money to allow for people to take their SNAP benefits to make sure that they're fed. That's horrible, man. And so my prayers go to everyone. Miss Richardson, some folks know her as Honey, but Miss Richardson was always a great teacher. When I first started mentoring and running Community Center at Salvation Army, most of my kids from Morris Court went to Dixon, and Miss Richardson didn't play the radio. She loved and cared for our children. She always made sure Jackson Street was looking beautiful in my district, even when things around it were not looking beautiful. And so my prayers are out to them. And let me just say to the Franklin family, to the Cannon family, to the Sullivan family, Marilyn Cannon Franklin was a jewel. Marilyn was someone I love, and I've been to a lot of funerals, gone to a lot of funerals, spoken at a lot of funerals, but I've never ever seen a funeral as large as Marilyn, and it's a testament of her, her ministry of her music. So thank God for Marilyn.
And, she sung at my wedding on April 24th, 1976.
Are you serious?
I am serious. At Antioch Baptist Church, she sung at my wedding.
Wow! Whoa! Wow! She sung at my wedding as well.
Did she really?
Amazing. Yeah, she did. I mean, she sung at "Living the Dream" last year. She was on to she was on to sing this year, and so I coached all of her children. Honestly, I feel like I helped raise her children, Faith and AJ and Roderick, and so
Wow.
So it's I mean, it was a sad day, and so thank you. And it was just, I mean, my heart just goes out to all the deaths that we had, but we're getting excited. I heard you. Let me first say I saw Reverend Young and Rose and all those, and thank them for thinking enough of me to be a part of the Grand Marshal of the parade for the MLK celebration. We're excited about that. We're excited about January 17th, and I got to get your email address, Vernon. The young lady's going to send you something today, so when we get off of you, text me your email. January 17th, we're bringing back Alex Harris, the Motown tribute band that will be coming back in town to do the Motown tribute this year again, and recognizing our winners. Next Monday on this show, we will go ahead and recognize those winners. We have some celebrities that are coming in. I'll just tell you, we did recognize Emmett Smith. I mean, we recognized Roy Jones last year, and we recognized Roy Jones Jr. Last year, and Derek Brooks the year before that, and this year we have another outstanding professional player that we will announce next week. But it is already people are already buying tables. If someone wants to get a table, get a sponsorship, they can go to sysatigers.org. That's sysatigers.org, or they can call 850-777-0165, 850-777-0165, or they can call me at 850-595-4930.
Wow.
So thank you, Vernon.
Yeah.
And we'll get you that information.
Please do, so we can make sure that we can get the information, spread it out and everything, so people can be there and so forth. Did you still want us to record it this year, Commission?
Yeah, I think you recorded it every year, Vernon. I got to take this plug. We got to get some sponsors in here, man, so we can pay Vernon, man. Vernon doesn't mind doing it. He doesn't mind doing it pro bono, but I mean, we got to get some sponsorships, and so we got to get that in. And so, but we'll talk offline, Vernon.
We're talking that because you'll be surprised the number of people watch that after people that can't attend, and you got a lot of people that sick and shut in, and then people that can't be there for various reasons. They love to see that stuff that's going on in the community, and so that's what WBQP is all about. We want to bring stuff to people that they can't bring themselves to, and so we definitely I do it pro bono, but still I appreciate anything you throw my way, because I still got bills to pay. I still got tower rent. I still got I got the same kind of expense WER got, but maybe on a little bit lower basis. So but I don't mind it. I do what I do to serve the community.
I've said that, and I often said that in Robert Hill, that black media got to get paid to stay alive, and so we believe in that. Yeah, we certainly believe in that, and we continue to support and appreciate that.
Yeah, let me thank you, Commissioner. We certainly appreciate you, because I tell you, you have been God sent to this community and to black businesses and to black people all around. There's so many things you have done in your stint as commissioner that has never been done before, and it's not unnoticed. And I want to thank you for the many things that you have done for WBQP TV, and there are probably too many to mention. And I want to publicly thank you for all of your support, and you did the same thing for WRNE Radio, and I can see for any and everybody. So you're only one of the few people that I've seen that live up to the creed that you walk the walk. You talk the talk, but you walk the walk. I want to publicly thank you for that.
Well, I want to thank you, and we're going to continue to do that. I believe that the foundation of any community are small businesses, and we got to support small minority businesses, small black businesses. So we got to build Vernon up to have this medium of communication. And so, we support WRNE, we support WBOP, we support Vernon, we support Hill, we support anybody because we've lost so much. I mean, when Les Humphreys and Ben, Jackie had Pensacola Voice, I mean, we need those type of outlets for our community, and we're going to continue to do everything that we possibly can. And thank you for filling a gap, and thank you for using this as your ministry. Some people say, man, do you get paid to do all that coaching and all? I said, no, not a dime.
Yeah.
But it's my ministry. And every day I get to reach more people probably than any pulpit in this country. And I continue to do that. And through your ministry, you're reaching more people, man, than any other medium by just being on the air and just using your communications. Brian, so keep doing what you're doing. Keep spreading the good word that the master has taught.
Yeah. Keep
helping. Keep being the blues hound. Keep being the information man. Just keep being Vernon, man. I want to just encourage you because I know sometimes we have to encourage each other because we go through so many difficult times in our life. I mean, I've even beginning the new year, I've already had my challenges. I've already had my downs, and we need people to support us in our downs. I mean, when we're up, I mean, it's okay, but when we hit those roadblocks, when we hit those issues that wear us down, that burden us down, we need a friend, somebody to pick us up, and as Eddie Thompson, pick you up and dust you off and put you back out there. And so we just are thankful for that, Vernon. And so with that, Vernon, we're going to go. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy MLK weekend. I'm excited as we leave the Christmas holidays and starting work back today. Oh, my God, we have something to look forward to. We can look forward to the MLK week of celebration, of recognition, of living the legacy of Dr. King, whether you're going through the commemoration services, the prayer candles, the parade, the living the dream. There's something for every walk of life here. You can demonstrate, illustrate your commitment to freedom, your commitment to equality by participating in some of these events that are happening. And then we get ready to go into Black History Month, where we can take time to educate our children so they'll understand what Watch Night meant. They can understand in 1863 when they were waiting for the midnight hour to see was Abraham Lincoln going to do what he said he was going to do, and were they going to be able to walk off the plantation. And we had to have a watch night to watch that. To understand how we had revival all week and we had testimonial service because we were praying for a better day. And so these 2 months are just an opportunity to recognize that for us, to recognize H.K. Matthews and Reverend Dobbins and E.J. Brooks, Dave Thomas, Eugene Brown, Les Hawkins, Georgia Black, John Powell, all those who fought in Elmer Jenkins, Willie Jr., Casey Bass, Nathaniel Smith, all those guys that fought, our fathers, Galvin May and Money Weston, and so many great warriors. I dare not take every opportunity to recognize these guys, and particularly during these next 2 months. These ladies and these men, they paved the way for you and I, Vernon, and for that we should not take it robbery. Our children, our grandchildren, and all those around us, the great contributions of African Americans that have made to our community. Thank you, Vernon, and God bless.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner. I really appreciate you, okay? All righty.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now. All right, y'all. That's Commissioner Lumen May. Okay, Commissioner Lumen May. Thank you, Lumen, for all that you do and everything that you do. All right, y'all. I want to continue about the MLK parade, okay, and all the activities that are associated with it. But I need to take a commercial break, and hopefully I can finish that after when we take a commercial break. I got so relaxed listening to the commissioner, I just leaned over in my chair. But we're going to, hopefully we can take a commercial break here. But when we come back, I want to see what's going on down at the city of Pensacola and the police department. We're going to be talking to Mr. Mike Woods. Hopefully when we come back, and then we're going to finish talking about the other activities that's going on around the area during the January MLK month. If you say it, I always call it the MLK month. And so We got activities in Pensacola, Milton, Santa Rosa County, Okaloosa County, both in Crestview, and also over in Fort Walton Beach. So stay tuned. I'll be right back, okay? Stay tuned.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel, for all of your menwear needs.
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Call State Farm agent Arthur Searcy for your personal price plan today.
From affordable home equity lines and home loans to high-yield checking that pays 5.05% APY, PenAir combines innovative banking with a commitment to our community. PenAir Credit Union. Join us.
And action.
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
WBQP TV, the radio station that cares.
All right, Pensacola, welcome back to Morning with Vernon. Yes, sir, it is 8:30 in the morning, y'all. And you know what that means. I got Officer Mike Wood from the Pensacola City Police Department. Good morning, Mike. How are you doing?
I am very well. Good morning.
Well, good morning to you. How was your New Year?
It was nice and uneventful, Vernon. That's great news. We only had 3 DUI arrests, which is one is too many, but
Wow.
At least it wasn't 10 or 15.
And then the only other thing going on is the closure of Palafox this morning between Garden Street and Main Street. So the sidewalks are open, the roadway is closed to traffic, but the sidewalks are open, the businesses are open, and we encourage everybody to go downtown and patronize the businesses during this construction and thereafter.
You know what? You only had 3 DUIs. How that compared to past years? I think that sounds good.
Yeah, it is good. Like I said, one is too many, but I think, Vernon, I think people are listening. They're doing the right thing. Nobody wants to hurt anyone else. They don't want to hurt themselves, and they certainly don't want to go to jail. And there's other, since ride shares, Ubers, and Lyfts came along, it's along with cabs, it gives people another choice besides finding a friend or calling someone to come get them. So there's other ways to get home. If you don't plan it, you just start having a couple of drinks and you need a ride home. There's different ways to do that now where it wasn't in the past.
Yeah, and that could be an expensive process too, Mike. Can you tell them a first DUI can be very expensive, but a second one and a third one could be absolutely devastating, huh?
Oh yeah, a lot of money. Just the first offense is going to cost around $10,000, and that's court costs and fines and attorney's fees. So you compare that to a $25 cab or a Uber ride, it just doesn't make sense to do it any other way.
Wow. Okay. Very good. But it's always a pleasure to have some good news to report, or what we say, the lesser of the evil. So sometimes. But we don't always be this disgraceful. But lately, we've been really fortunate.
Yeah, we have, and not a lot of stuff going on is a great thing. And it's not just the police department that's responsible for that. It's more the citizens, because the citizens are the eyes and ears for us, and nobody wants to protect their neighborhood more than the people that live there. So we get the calls from people when there's suspicious vehicles on their street, and we go check them out, and we basically run them off if they don't belong in there. So the citizens is who helps us more than anybody. We could not do it without them, and we want them to keep on doing that, because not all communities are like that. They don't have a real good relationship with the police department, and that's why we cherish things like what we're doing right now. You giving us the opportunity to talk to people and let them know what we're doing, how we're doing it, and why we're doing it. And we want to be as transparent with our community as possible. Even when things are going bad for us, we still want to tell the people what's going on and why we're doing what we do.
Yeah. Mike, I got one other question for you this morning, and because the subject came up several times over the holiday, people getting bikes and electric bikes and so forth. So can you give us some rules of the road about bikes and electric bikes and their what they should and should not do, and where they should ride, where they shouldn't ride, and so forth? Can you cover that a little bit?
Yeah, if they're on the roadway, just like a regular bicycle, it doesn't matter that they're propelled by electricity. You still have to obey traffic laws on the roadway. And then sidewalks, like up and down Palafox or busy sidewalks where there's lots of pedestrians, they can't be up there. But in neighborhoods, if they're on sidewalks in neighborhoods, especially the children, then there's nothing wrong with that. We'd rather see them up there than out in traffic.
Yeah, are they allowed to share the roadway with those electric bikes?
Yes, sir, they are.
Okay, all right. And then the same rules apply, because some of the streets has bike lanes anyway, right? More and more.
Yeah, you're seeing more and more bike lanes. You see it on North Palafox. You see that on Garden Street. They're about to, the Reimagine Palafox project that started this morning. You're going to see it there. There's more and more bike lanes out there, which are between the roadway and the sidewalks. So the more you see that coming, obviously the more people are going to use that, which is a great thing. We want to be more bicycle and pedestrian friendly.
Okay, now in terms of electric bikes, so to me they're more akin to a motorbike than it is to a bicycle. What safety equipment should they have, whether required or not? What safety equipment should they have on those bikes?
Well, the first thing is helmets, and while they're not required, all it takes is one fall, and maybe not even something that you caused or that you were responsible for. Somebody else did it, and you could fall and hit your head, and that could do a lot of damage for the rest of your life, if not worse. So, especially with the children, we like to see them with helmets on. There's lots of organizations out there that at different times throughout the year are giving these away, and we've done that several times at the Pensacola Police Department. So, just make sure your children have helmets on, and as adults, you have that choice. It's not a law that's going to make you do it. You have that choice, but just do the right thing and protect yourself so you can be around for your loved ones. We don't want to see anything bad happen. Nobody thinks it's going to happen to them, but it always ends up happening to someone. So just err on the side of caution and please wear that helmet and put those lights on after dark, front and rear.
Yeah, okay, so they should have lights on, reflectors or real lights on front and rear. Okay. Well, thank you, Mike. We appreciate those tips. I'm not sure people will benefit from that. Is there anything else from the City of Pensacola Police Department?
No, we are in good shape. We want to keep things quiet and not have a whole lot to talk about because, a lot of cities our size can't do that, can't say that, but we can. So you got to love Pensacola, Florida.
Absolutely. I know at one time, Mike, we were among the top folks of having one of the safest cities in the country. So I'm hoping we're still in that top area, huh? Are we?
Yeah, we are. We are still one of the most safest cities in the country, and recently Pensacola Beach was named one of the #1 beaches in the country. So we've got it going for us, that's for sure. We live in a place that a lot of people wish they did.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike, thank you so much, and we'll see you on next Monday, okay?
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
All right, and thank you now. Y'all, that's Officer Mike Wood with the City of Pensacola Police Department with the city's report on that, okay? All right, y'all, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about the upcoming events that are coming up this month, okay? And mainly, we're going to be talking about MLK activities, okay? MLK activities for the month of January in Pensacola and Cantonment and Milton and Crestview and Fort Walton Beach and the surrounding areas there of information that we have on there, okay? Let's talk about, let me see if I can find my graphic here again, so I can talk intelligently with you about what's going on in Pensacola. Okay. On Thursday, for the Pensacola MLK activities, according to the MLKCC, which is headed by Dr. Douglas F.W. Young, F. Douglas Young, said W. Douglas, Dr. Young. He's the executive director now of the CCC, but all activities are going to be held this year at the Zion Hope Baptist Church. Zion Hope Primitive Baptist Church, located on 201 West Leonard Street, Pensacola. On Thursday, we're going to have the youth activities, the youth and the adult night starting at 7 o'clock. On Saturday morning is the prayer breakfast, the annual prayer breakfast. I think the ticket is only $20 for the annual prayer breakfast. Not only tickets for that, if you want to buy a table, the table is only $160 per table. On Sunday, we will have the MLK religious service down at Zion Hope. And I think that's going to start around 3 p.m. And of course, on Monday, the parade going to start at 11 a.m. and go on until a couple, 3 hours. So, we always have a good time at the MLK parade. So those are the activities for the MLK activities. Now, as I was speaking with Lumen just a few minutes ago, they having the Living the Dream event is going to be Saturday night, which is going to be on the 17th, I believe, the 17th at the community, at the Brownsville Community Center, okay, at the Brownsville Community Center. So that as well. Now, let's talk about, oh, don't forget, Lumen May. Lumen May is going to be our Grand Marshal, okay? Lumen May is going to be the Grand Marshal for the parade. Now, Cantonment, let me back up to Milton Parade. Cantonment Parade is going to be at 4 p.m., okay? The Cantonment Parade is going to be at 4 p.m. We're going to have somebody on to talk about the Cantonment Parade as well, how to get into it and all the ins and outs. But you want to make sure that you put that on your calendar. Over in Milton, over on Stewart Street in Milton, they will have the MLK Parade starting at 9 o'clock. They have MLK activities starting at 9 o'clock on the 19th. Then at noontime, when the parade is over, they have the MLK Block Party, which is going to be down at Chester Pruitt Park there. All right. Well, over in over in Okaloosa County, I believe it is. Let me go back to Santa Rosa County about the MLK Block, about the commemorative services for the MLK Parade over at Santa Rosa County. I believe they're going to have a commemorative services over there at, I believe it's going to be at the Mount Pilgrim African Baptist Church on Sunday, January the 18th. So you might, if you're in Santa Rosa County, you might want to put that on your calendar. And of course, they're obviously going to have their block party as well. So if you have any questions, see Dr. Lee over there, Dr. Desert Lee over there about the activities, okay? About the activities. Also, they're going to have their prayer breakfast over in Santa Rosa County. Their prayer breakfast is going to be, it's only $20. It's going to be at the Santa Rosa County Auditorium, which is located at 4530 Spike Way in Milton, Florida, okay? In Spike Way. We're going to have on, as a regular part of this program, we're going to have a Santa Rosa report, and then we're going to have an Okaloosa report, so we can keep going, so we know what's going on in our neighbors. So look for that. They would tell you a little more about what we got going on. Okay. The other activity that I need you to put on your calendar is that the Ella L. Jordan House. Okay, the Ella L. Jordan House is having a commemorative essay contest. Okay, an essay contest. You might want to make sure that you get involved with that, because I get your children involved with that contest, because it pays $500 for first prize, second prize $300, and the third prize is $100. Okay, $100. And the essay theme is going to be centered around the ultimate tragedy. You know the quote that Dr. King. This is the quote that out of one of his major speeches. He said, "The ultimate tragedy is not the opposition and the cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people." I want you to write an essay around that theme, okay? But if you want to get information about it, give them a call at the LL Jordan House, and they will give you all the information that you need to get into that contest, okay? You can drop it off anytime. They got to be between 500 and 700 pages and so forth, okay? So, folks down at the LL Jordan House, you got the phone number. I got the phone number here and everything as well, okay? So, you make sure that you get in there. All right, now, I guess I'll be running out of time. One of the things I did want to do, and I can say a part of my thing here is that I want to educate you on Black history. So I'm always going to have a segment every day if I can, if I don't run out of time. If I don't run out of time, I want to do a segment on Black history. Okay, I want to do a segment on Black history. And the reason I want to focus this time on Black history is that Black economics, okay, And we had a guy way back when in Marcus Garvey. You got to know a little bit about Marcus Garvey, okay? When we come back, I want to give a little bit of history, black history, and when we come back, we'll talk about it on the other side, okay?
Over 100 years ago, the black nationalist movement in America reached an unprecedented level of popularity because of the efforts of the charismatic leader of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, Marcus Garvey. Born in Jamaica, Garvey grew up in poverty. He came to understand race relations through the lens of British colonialism throughout the Caribbean and Latin America. As his thinking matured, he began to formulate a revolutionary social movement. In 1914, he founded the Universal Negro Improvement Association, dedicated to uniting all the black people throughout the world. 2 years later, he immigrated to the United States, where his powerful message quickly gained traction.
We want to unite the Negro race in this country. We want every Negro to work for one common object, that of building a nation of his own on the great continent of Africa, for the purpose of bettering our industrial, commercial, educational, social, and political conditions.
He arrives in an era where blacks are still being lynched regularly in the South, around the same time that movies like Birth of a Nation are showing extraordinarily racist depictions of African Americans as monsters.
You have this really charismatic and dynamic individual, and he's talking about, look, our place is never going to be here in the United States. It's never going to be in Europe. It's going to be in Africa. We need to reclaim Africa.
So Garvey is going to be preaching a philosophy of black pride. He's going to come up with a scheme to repatriate to Africa, and he provides a huge sense of hope for millions of African Americans.
A centerpiece of Garvey's program was the creation of the Black Star Line, a steamship line launched to transport African Americans who wished to emigrate to Africa.
The Black Star Line is this idea that Garvey can buy ships through the support of local African American people, sending in money so you can have a share in the Black Star Line. And these ships were going to take thousands of people back to Africa, to the colony that Garvey was going to establish.
But his advocacy for black Americans to move back to Africa drew the attention of the United States government, and especially J. Edgar Hoover's Federal Bureau of Investigation, which monitored Garvey's movement, seeking grounds for his arrest and deportation.
Garvey was growing too powerful. J. Edgar Hoover is going to hire their first Negro agents to subvert Marcus Garvey. And eventually, they're going to say that he's been committing mail fraud with the Black Star Line scheme. He's eventually tried, arrested, placed in jail in 1925. He's deported in 1927, and he's never allowed to return to the United States. He dies in London in 1940.
Garvey's legacy as the father of the modern Back to Africa movement cannot be underestimated. He created the largest popular political movement in the history of Black America and would be an inspiration both to the anti-colonial movement and Black nationalist leaders throughout the remainder of the century.
That is Black History in just a few moments here, y'all. Black History. I just wanted to educate you on what we're going to bring you something on Black History every day. But now, speaking of Black History, local Black History here, we got Linda Sunshine Moore. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Vernon. How are you?
I am well. This is Linda Sunshine Corner, y'all. And we want to make sure that, she comes on Blab TV at 9 a.m. every morning, y'all. And right after this show. And so we want to keep you in tune to the community. And they said, well, why you promoting? Me and Blab have been partners for 30 years. And so there's no competition between us. So, Linda, this is our, hey, I call, y'all know what I call Linda, y'all. I call Linda, you know what I'm going to say, right? Black Oprah. Linda, who we got going on your show this morning and everything? Talk to us about Sunshine's Corner.
this opportunity. Just wanted
Speak up a little bit, Sugar.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, well, look, thank you, Vernon, for allowing me this opportunity to share with our viewers what's going on. You know, Sunshine's Corner is a local talk show that we do every day, Monday through Friday, and we talk about the things that are prevalent in our community. And today, to kick off the new year, there's a request that's been made that I would talk about menopause. And when I talk about menopause, we're talking about something that, ladies, we should not be afraid of. We've got a doctor coming in today that's going to be talking to us to fill in all of those questions about those night sweats, all about that personal summer that we deal with, all about the fact that we can't even go to sleep. Well, that's what I'm talking about with information. I want you to be able to know what it is that we have to do so we can really make sure that we're not going on what you thought you're supposed to do. This is what really happens. And that's what we do with Sunshine's Corner every single day of the week. Now, today, kicking off the new year, is going to be all about the impact of what's going on to make us even better. And that starts with your temple. That begins with your temple. So I want to invite you to join me at 9 o'clock. Now, you can do that by logging on to www.blabtv.com. If you have Cox, you can go to channel 6, or you can go to 53.1 and watch us there as well. But Vernon, I want to say thank you for this opportunity, and I got to talk to you about more things that we're going to be doing with Vernon so we can make sure that our community is up to par on what they need to know. And how are we going to do that? By working together. And again, I say, Vernon, thank you so much for this opportunity.
All right, y'all. Hopefully we can get Linda on 5 minutes before she gets on, so you know what to expect on Sunshine Corner at 9 a.m. in the morning. Sunshine, you replay again at 6, don't you?
Absolutely. Catch the same show at 6 o'clock this afternoon.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you,
Okay,
Linda.
well, thank you so much. I got to go get wired up so I can tell everybody what's going on with menopause.
Very good. Very good. Hey, Linda. You know, I always tell people all the women problems start with men, like menopause and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Well, thank you, Linda. Hopefully we can do a daily report on what's coming up on Sunshine's Corner. Okay.
Every single day. Thank you so much, Vernon.
Okay, Sugar. Thank you. All right. Hey, and Linda also is going to be the host of the MLK Parade, y'all. All right. Okay. All right, y'all. Time flies when you're having fun. Time flies when you're having fun. It's time for me to get the H out of here, y'all. You know that? I didn't realize it's so late, but I do want to remind you, okay? I just want to remind you of the parade coming up. It's so important that you get registered for the MLK Parade, y'all. Get registered for the MLK Parade. I thought I had some Okaloosa stuff for Okaloosa County. I can't put my hands on that information. They're having MLK activities over in Crestview as well. They're having MLK activities over at in Fort Walton Beach as well. So we want to talk about those activities so folks over in that area can know what's going on as well. So, but just to recap what we talked about so far today, I want you to go in and just put on your calendar. Just put on your calendar the events for the upcoming MLK Parade. And I want to send a shout out to Deacon Edis Dale. I understand that they had a very successful Gospel Soul Bowl on this past weekend, and my hat goes off to them. I want to send out a congratulations to Mr. Napoleon Williams, which was honored by the Kwanzaa committee on last week and everything. And also there's an event. I'm going to have to get Miss Gail Johnson on. She is sponsoring a senior, what she called a Senior Fox event that they're putting on a dance for seniors, okay? And she can talk more about it than I can. I don't know about all of the ins and out of that, so we'll get her on talking about it. But right now, if you intend to be in the MLK Parade, y'all, we want you to utilize the theme this year. The theme this year is with unity, we won't turn back, okay? With unity, we won't turn back. You know, this is going to be the 37th annual parade downtown, and we most definitely want you to be a part of the MLK parade. I also want you to make sure that you let everybody know that WBQP has a brand new radio station, WBQP Radio. I'm dubbing it as WBQP 87.7, okay? 87.7 radio for WBQP Radio. But you can get it. You can get it, y'all, anywhere, anytime, right now at rdo.to/WBQP, okay? rdo.to/WBQP TV. Just type it in, anything you got. Type it into your phone, type it into your tablet, type it into your watch, type it into your computer, and in fact, text it to any and everybody that needing to hear this show. We're trying to get this word out and trying to spread it worldwide so you can know what's going on in your community. WBQP TV Radio is your information station, okay? Is your information station. Always remember that. WBQP TV Radio is your information station. And folks, this is what we're dubbing it, okay? See this right here? WBQP TV Radio, your information station. We want you to spread the word to everybody, and it's easy to get. How easy it is to get is just simply as typing it in to any browser, any piece of equipment you got. You got it on the dot right here, okay? You have both the TV station and the radio station. All right, y'all, I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll see you in the morning again at 6:30. Remember, we are on from 6:30 to 9 every morning, Monday through Friday, okay? Every morning, Monday through Friday. So, again, I love you, and I'll see you again tomorrow, okay? Adios.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's